Hey guys, it's Barbara here with my favorite part of the week, and hopefully it'll turn into your favorite part of the week. It's Q&A Wednesdays, where we take your questions and hopefully we give you some answers that'll help you do your job a little bit better. So today's question comes from Jennifer from Houston, Texas, and she's got a really good question for us today. I think you guys are going to like this. She says, "Hi Barbara, I've been a property manager for several years now and I really love what I do. Even though I feel that I'm very good at my job, there is one thing that I can't seem to get right, and that is finding and keeping a great leasing agent. Although I spend what I think is enough time on the hiring process, a few months in and I find myself disappointed again. One of my leasing agents just gave notice and I'm about to be in the hiring mode. Any suggestions on how to make sure that I get it right this time? Thanks for your help, Jennifer from Houston." Okay, Jennifer, that's really a great question, and for you guys that are watching, you may want the answer to this as well. First of all, I have to say, don't be too hard on yourself, because there is no 100% foolproof way to hire somebody and make sure that it's perfect, the right fit. However, there are 4 tips that I'm going to share with you today that will help ensure that your hiring process goes a little bit smoother and that you're happy with your candidate for the long haul. So the 4 tips that I have are going to require a little bit of work. The first one is an exercise I want you to do, and it's to define your wish list. So a lot of people think they can do this in their mind, they know what they want, they know what they're looking for in an employee, but I guarantee you that it's going to really help you if you put it down on paper. So take out a piece of paper and I want you to list 2 columns. I want you to make 2 columns. On the left-hand column, I want you to put the words teachable. And on the right-hand column, I want you to write the words inherent. So on the left, under the teachable column, this is where you're going to list all the skills that you would like your leasing agent to have. Things like a great conversion ratio, very good telephone skills, able to handle complaints, maybe somebody that can juggle a lot of different things. Those are skills that you would love for this leasing agent to have, but they don't necessarily have to walk through the door with those skills. They're teachable skills. Now the right one is a little trickier, and that's inherent. And the word inherent, it's really simple. It's just something that's in somebody, and it's a permanent or inseparable element or attribute. So it's a quality that somebody is really born with or that they possess from an early age that if you tried to separate that quality from the person, you couldn't, because it's who they are on the inside. And those are the ones that you cannot teach. They're, again, inherent. To me, these are the most important. And there's many qualities that you could list under inherent, but I've found 3 to be the most important, and I will not hire somebody on our team that doesn't have that. So the very first one is drive. Drive is that hunger that motivates people to not be content or complacent. They want more, they're ambitious, they're always looking for new opportunities. I want somebody with that drive. The next one is curiosity. And you have to think, when we're little kids, we're extremely curious. We ask why, and then we follow that question up with another why, because we're so interested in learning. Well, I want lifetime learners on my team, so curiosity is a must. And the last one is also one that is very important, and that's ethics. If you have a candidate that has like a twinge of being unethical, run for the hills, because again, that's not something that you're going to be able to teach them. Either they're ethical or they're not. There's no in between. So again, those are my 3 inherent qualities that are a must. Now after that, this is kind of a fun part, and it's a little bit different what we do next. It's not a Craigslist ad, it's not posting on monster.com, it's something completely outside the box, and it's looking for great people in unexpected places. People outside of our industry. Not that I'm saying that you can't hire within the industry, but sometimes it's fun to get a whole new perspective. Now, if you're on a time crunch, which a lot of times when you've been given notice, you are on a time crunch to find somebody, enlist the help of your team members and go out and scout for the perfect candidate. So what I want you guys to do is, for the very next week, I want you to look at all the people that you come across that are in the service industry. People that left you feeling really great after whatever interaction you had. You don't have to pinpoint why, you just have to feel good about, the way things went. So in a few places that I like to look for are like the dry cleaners, bank tellers, the person that's checking you out at the grocery store, maybe a teacher's aide, a receptionist at your dentist or doctor's office, wait staff. People in the hospitality industry are always a great pick. So that's number 2. Number 3 is when you found your candidates or your team has brought together several candidates, I want you, the manager, to personally invite them to an interview. And here is why. What that does is it's a really great vote of confidence. So if this person ends up being your employee for the long haul, you have set the stage for an awesome relationship because you've given them that vote of confidence. There was something in that person that you saw that made you want them on your team. So what a great way to start. Now the fourth thing is what you do in the actual interview process. Sometimes people get so far and they're doing so good with these candidates, but this is where they fall short. They don't ask the right questions. Yes, they ask all the essential basic questions, but they fail to get those questions that really tell you about a person's inherent qualities. And again, those are the most important. So I'm going to give you a list of a few that I think will really help you. One of the questions that I like to ask is, where do you see yourself a year from today? Where do you see yourself 5 years from today? That really makes a person start to think. What motivates you the most? How do you like to be appreciated? What do you wish you could learn if maybe money or time wasn't an object? Again, a little insight onto this person's level of drive and curiosity. And then two other questions that I like that are real barometers for ethics are, discuss a time when your integrity was challenged. How did you handle it? Or have you ever experienced a loss because of doing what is right? Those are real easy ones that red flags can either go up or not at all. And another one is, what kind of tasks do you enjoy doing and what kind of people do you not like to work with? Again, nobody can answer yes or no, so you really start to see the qualities in a person. The way they answer these questions give you an insight into those inherent qualities. Does this person have drive? Are they curious? Are they ethical? Now, here's the deal. People will tell you who they are on the inside. It's up to you to listen. So if you get this little nagging feeling that something just isn't right, investigate further, ask more questions. And if you don't get a satisfying answer and that nagging feeling is still there, you're probably right. So trust your gut. That's something that's really important. So we've talked about 4 things today: making our wish list with our teachable and inherent qualities. We've talked about looking for great people, service industry related people in unexpected places. We've talked about a personal invite as number 3. And then the 4th one is asking those really good interview questions. So Jennifer, I'm confident that by doing these 4 things, you're going to be on your way to finding the right fit for your community. So thank you again for your great question. And I have to say that new ideas are always sprouting with the Sprout team. So check us out and follow us and stay connected. Thanks.